What's up, guys? Today we're talking about why you aren't getting hired as a musician. Hey everybody, Lennon Bone here with soundandpatternsmusic.com. It means so much that you're here. This channel exists to help you make better music and to make that music your business. If you dig this style of content, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that little notification bell. So today I'm going over 5 reasons why I think you're not getting hired as a musician. And the reason I'm going over these 5 is because these are the most common for me personally. This is what actually plagued me at some point, and 1 or 2 of these still like to rear their ugly heads in my world from time to time, so I have to understand in my own situation how to move past them. So let's dig right into them. Number 1 is probably the most obvious. This is your skill set. If you're just plain not good enough at your instrument or your production or your mixing or whatever it is that you're trying to get hired for, odds are pretty good that people aren't gonna wanna pay you. Okay, don't take offense to it. What you can do to sort of evaluate this is go and find people that are willing to give you honest opinions on your skill set. Try to find professionals that are willing to help you figure out what you are lacking in. Now, this is something that I actually do with people on a one-on-one basis, so feel free to hit me up in an email if you have questions or there's something that maybe I personally could look at, because that's why I'm here. I want to be able to help you guys move past whatever your weaknesses are. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be the best player or the best producer or the best mixer. There's always going to be somebody better than each one of us, and that's totally fine. The main thing is that you just have to know that you're capable of keeping up with the people that you are around, right? So if you want to be playing with the big boys in your city, then you have to be able to keep up. Number 2 is execution and preparation, and I've lumped these 2 together because I think they really go hand in hand if you are a hired gun in any scenario. In order to execute well, you have to prepare well, right? So when I went into a gig the other day to sort of do our audition rehearsal, there was about 15 to 20 songs that I had to have learned, and I'd spent a bunch of time on my own learning the forms, charting out the tunes, and just making sure that I was prepared enough to execute at a level that made them feel comfortable. I wanted to be able to play as much of the entire set as possible right away. Now, does that mean I'm not gonna make any mistakes? Absolutely not. I made a ton of mistakes, but a lot of those mistakes had to do with the fact that they had changed things within the form of the song, within the structure, and it had nothing to do with what I prepared. And as a matter of fact, the fact that I had prepared based on what the initial structure of the songs were, I think just made everybody feel a little better. I could be wrong, but that was the feeling that I got. I know at least for me personally, it made me feel better, which allowed me to play better. And I'm sure there are tons of guys that could do the job better than I can. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that I tried to make sure that I was prepared enough that I could execute at a level that made everyone feel good about the situation. Number 3, you're a dick. Okay, this is something that I'm telling you has way more to do with getting hired than you may ever believe. If you are just a straight up dick to people, then you're not gonna get hired for anything. I have so many friends that have gotten a great gig because not only are they really good at their instrument, but they're a great hang. Yeah, there's gonna be people that are better players than some of these guys and gals, but the truth is, if you're just a good hang at the same time, that has so much to do with somebody actually hiring you for the job. You wanna make sure that you are confident in what you do, but also humble and empathetic with situations and a great communicator. Okay, this is huge. Make sure that if somebody drops you an email and you don't return it right away, you apologize for it. If somebody shoots you a text and you're in the middle of something, hey, sorry, I'll get back to you in a little while. Just make sure you're keeping the lines of communication open and not expecting that anybody owes you anything, because nobody owes you. Right? You have to make sure that you're not being a dick. Number 4, you're in the wrong circle. I've said this before, we are a combination of the 3 or 4 people that we hang out with the most. So if you're hanging out with a lot of people that are super negative, or people that aren't taking themselves seriously enough to get paid for their job, but they're also musicians or artists, or people that think that trying to get paid is sort of a sellout scenario. Maybe they're doing something that makes you feel like you shouldn't be trying to get paid. Maybe they're putting you in situations that gets you in the wrong crew, so that when somebody sees you, they're like, oh yeah, that's the guy or gal that hangs out with that crew, and I don't really want any part of that because that seems like a bunch of trouble, right? So if you're in the wrong circle, you need to cut out some of those people and surround yourself with people that are doing what you want to do. And if they're not doing it yet, they are seriously aspiring to do what you want to do. You want to get yourself around people that really lift you up, and you lift each other up into the areas that you are really trying to succeed in. And number 5 is your mindset. This is the biggest thing. And that's sort of why I brought up what your circle's doing. If you have people around you that are bringing you down, there's no way that you're going to escalate yourself to the level that you need to be at. Now, you have to trust that you are worth way more than you probably give yourself credit for, but also remember that self-awareness is really key. So we have to be able to take a self-inventory of where we're at based on the other people that are getting hired for the gigs that we're trying to get, right? Put yourself out there more. If you're afraid of something, who cares? Go for it. Put some stuff out into the world. And the worst thing that happens is somebody says no. I would almost guarantee that if you put something out there and it's not very good, or it ends up getting rejected, and then you show major improvement in the next 3 to 6 months, people are gonna notice that as much as they would your great work right now. If they see improvement and then see that maybe that improvement also means that you don't charge as much as someone else right now because you're still working your way into the circle, that's a benefit, right? So really pay attention to your mindset. Put yourself in a positive situation every day. Wake up every day with a North Star goal in mind. Know where you want to be and push hard for that. Be confident, humble, and self-aware. If you're dealing with any of these things, you are not the only one, so don't fret over it. Just start making moves in the right direction. If you dig this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.